Our top story this hour of Rise and Shine, Twin Falls County officials and Magic Valley community members put their best foot forward on Saturday morning, looking to heal their hearts and minds as they laid Angel Rose to rest. She's the baby girl found abandoned in a bag early on New Year's Day. While what's happened is very tragic, some told us that they hope this funeral service will bring the community closer and also give them closure.
It was a somber and peaceful Saturday morning. Snow fell just as it had 2 weeks ago when Deputy Ray Dennis with the Twin Falls County Sheriff's Office found a diaper bag on the side of a road early in the morning New Year's Day. Its contents were unexpected. A deceased infant left helpless and alone. The news of the infant ushered in heartbreak all throughout the Magic Valley. And today, funeral services were held to give Angel Rose a proper burial.
Any death of a young child affects the community, whether you know that child or not. And something like this, having a funeral for the baby, can bring the community closure.
I sat down and asked a few funeral goers how this tragedy has affected them personally and what they hoped would come of this service.
It's broke my heart, and I'm hoping that the mother will come forward and get the help that she needs to make her heal too.
Her tragedy belongs to all of us, not just to one person.
County officials say they hope this funeral service will give the parents of Angel Rose the courage to come forward.
We have a young mother and father out there that are probably devastated, full of despair, full of guilt. I'm hoping that the community can forgive the circumstances that we found this baby under, and maybe if we can find the mother and father, we can help them get through this.
Each individual in attendance of this funeral was given a rose to give back to this baby in hopes that she might finally rest in peace.
While many came together to help make Saturday's service happen, the giving didn't stop there. Baby gifts were collected as guests entered the funeral home. Those gifts will be distributed throughout the valley to help other small families and babies.
I think it's important to have some closure, but also to feel like you can do something in a situation that you really had no control over.
Angel Rose was buried in the Twin Falls Cemetery. County officials hope that while this service took place because of a tragedy, that again what's happened and what's being done to help this situation may allow our community to grow. Idaho pastor Saeed Abedini has been released from an Iranian prison after 8 years of incarceration for creating an in-home church in Iran. Local churches have put Abedini on their prayer list, hoping for his release. Local pastor Clinton Lutz tells us why this is important to local churches and why his congregation will continue to have Abedini in their thoughts.
It's a great victory for him, for his family. We're going to continue to pray for him, that he would heal, that his family would heal, and then that God would bless his faith and his fellowship.
Abedini was tortured and injured during his 3 years of incarceration. We'll take a deeper look into this story coming up a bit later in the show. A Heyburn City police officer is facing criminal charges. Police say Jeremiah Jessison grabbed a boy and put him in a headlock earlier this month. In September, police say he grabbed a woman by the wrist, hit the back of her head, and pushed her throat in front of 2 kids. He was charged with misdemeanor battery and misdemeanor domestic battery in the presence of a child. Police have declined to say whether he will face disciplinary action from the department. The lottery fever has finally calmed down, and after 3 Powerball winning jackpot tickets were sold, Mr. Gas has seen a decline in sales. The 3 winning tickets were each sold in Tennessee, California, and Florida. After that big win, Powerball ticket sales have slowed. In Powerball ticket sales working up to the previous jackpot drawing of $1.5 billion, Mr. Gas says that they sold almost $20,000 worth of tickets.
The big win, it's slowed way down. You know, we're not even doing a quarter of the sales in Powerball that we were leading up to the big win.
Now over the weekend, the Powerball jackpot Saturday night was only worth $40 million, which is still a fantastic prize to win. While colder temperatures have helped you forget about that terrible sunburn you got last summer, it doesn't mean that protecting your skin isn't just as important this time of the year. In this week's Fit and Well Idaho, we learn why sunscreen is just as important in the winter as it is in the summer.
The Fit and Well program is brought to you by St. Luke's and Select Health.
Many people associate sunburns with heat, but while colder temperatures chase the heat away, the ultraviolet rays that cause those nasty sunburns do stick around. Anytime the sun is out, your skin does need to be protected. St. Luke's officials recommend applying sunscreen anytime you're going to be in the sun. And yes, that does include throughout the winter months.
Don't go out of your price comfort zone there, because the higher the number, usually the more costly they are, when SPF 30 will usually work and is reasonably priced.
Now, if you plan to be out in the sun while you enjoy different winter sports, Gonzalez says to be sure to reapply that sunscreen every 2 hours. Consistent application will help you better protect your skin. Before we take another look at weather, we do have a programming note. Beginning today, you'll see some changes here on KMBT. Idaho's First News at 5 will be featuring a 5 o'clock show on KMBT Channel 11. It will also be followed by CBS Evening News at 5:30 and KMBT News at 6. A full 90 minutes of news for you starting Monday, again at 5 on KMBT. And if you didn't know already, Rise and Shine began 30 minutes earlier today. In case you miss any Rise and Shine episodes, you will be able to rewatch them in their entirety over on Fox, as it will re-air from 7 to 9 o'clock. Now we'll send things over to meteorologist Jack Holland for another look at our weather and what your kids can expect at the bus stop. Jack.
And for those wondering at home, Jeopardy starts at 4 o'clock, but you get a full hour of Jeopardy. It's going to be great. I'm very excited about that. Let's jump into your radar. Over the past 3 to 6 hours, we've seen rain showers move through the valleys and mountain snow showers in Blaine and Camas County. And there's still a winter weather advisory in effect for northwestern Blaine County until 11 o'clock this morning. So look out for slick roadways this morning. Give yourself a couple extra minutes to get where you're going. Now, we are seeing some reduced visibility, especially in the Wood River Valley, where we're down to 1.5 miles in Haley, 5 miles at the Magic Valley Regional Airport, and at 8 miles in Jerome. So with some light rainfall coming down, you might want to give yourself a couple extra minutes if you live in the valleys. Here's what you're waking up to this morning. 38 for you in Jerome and Twin Falls. Your out-the-door temperature in Burley is 40 degrees and 30 degrees for you in the Wood River Valley. Now, those winds have died down over the past hour for most of us, but we are still seeing a bit of a breeze out of the southwest in Burley at 17 miles per hour. Here's your Delta Dental school bus forecast. As you get those kids ready for school this morning, have them throw on the rain gear if they live in the valleys, snow gear if they live in the higher elevations. Temperatures will be sitting into the low to mid 30s with winds primarily out of the south, anywhere between 5 to 15 miles per hour. Later this afternoon, rain and snow chances should diminish by about lunchtime. Highs reaching the lower 40s in the valleys, mostly cloudy. For you in the Wood River Valley, I expect those highs to be in the low to mid 30s. What can we expect for the rest of the school week? Your full Weather Authority forecast is coming up here in just a few minutes. Bradley?
Thanks, Jack. Well, our final story this morning in local news. Brides-to-be gathered at Radio Rendezvous Saturday for the 2016 Bridal Expo. Our Christopher Campbell was there this weekend to show how it may have helped some people with their wedding plans.
Chris Bean is showing potential customers her bridal gowns at the 2016 Bridal Expo.
Where we're located in Burley, people didn't even know we were there, so it's been a really great experience learning and meeting new people.
Where brides-to-be can also find a videographer, cakes, and even a place to register gifts.
They don't have to drive all around the Magic Valley because they can walk in here and in one full swoop they can meet the people that are going to be doing their wedding.
It's a great way to get everything you need for a wedding.
So far, everyone's just been great and very helpful with a lot of information.
Not everything at this bridal fair is exclusively for weddings. Like this machine here, which measures any abnormal heat patterns on my neck.
We're just trying to help brides be healthy before they get married, and so they don't have to take their health problems into their marriages.
We do have some vendors that know that the brides are going to be bringing an entourage with them, so they cater more to that entourage.
And for some, it was even a photo opportunity. In Twin Falls, Christopher Campbell, Idaho's First News.
Part of the proceeds from this weekend goes to the local breast cancer awareness charity Tough Enough to Wear Pink. Jack?